Hello everyone, and welcome to my solo RPG journal. Today, I wanted to try out Age of Fantasy Skirmish from OnePageRules. My understanding is that it's an open, free war game alternative to Games Workshop games, so you can go out and play them with Citadel miniatures, so you can go and get your Space Marines and play the 40k equivalent. But because I'm playing around with not Frostgrave, I'm playing around with Tailspire. Been playing a lot of Frostgrave with Tailspire, but because I've been playing around with Tailspire, I thought I could play the fantasy one, at least until it becomes easy to start getting model imports and import models. At that point, I might be able to move on to the other stuff depending on how this goes. So, skirmish game, just like Frostgrave, so we're looking at two smaller teams, and I've got a map that I built the other day, and I've got the Quickstart rules, which basically just give you two warbands, human warband and an undead warband. I know literally nothing about this game apart from the fact that these are the troops in the warbands. So we've got on the human side, knight captain or something, three troops of three, or three units of three swordsmen, three units of three riflemen. Tailspire doesn't have riflemen, so I'm using crossbowmen instead, and two knights, which are mounted knights, which I don't think I can do in Frostgrave, so I've just sort of put two of the same knight model on top of horses, using the fly effect. And the undead warband, maybe I should have put you at the back because you're massive. We've got our vampire lord, I think it was, two lots of three skeletons with swords, one lot of three skeletons with spears, three ghouls. That's one unit of three ghouls. So my expectation is that the units will stick together. And one ghost swarm it was, so I've just got the one ghost model and made it bigger. So, I know literally nothing about this game at this point, but the reason they're called one-page rules is because they literally fit everything on one page. So, I've got the AI rules so I can play by myself, and it's one page, so two leaves, well, one leaf, two pages. Maybe it's two. Maybe it should be two-page rules, but you could use the one sheet of paper to print the rule set off. They do have a rule book which explains everything in more detail, but I have played war games before, so this should be fairly straightforward. So on the right here, I've got the rules. On the left, I've got the AI rules. I'm not looking at them right now. I'm looking at on the right. In fact, I can do this. So general principles. 6 is always a success. 1 is always a fail. We roll 6-sided dice. Have fun. So we've got a 4x4 game board. I've got two armies that are just set out as per the quick start stuff. So we need to look at placing 2d3 plus 2 objectives. Okay. In that case, let's come back here. Roll 1d6. So that's 1. So I need 3 objectives. Players roll off to go first, and then alternate placing 1 marker, each outside of deployment zones and over 9 inches away from each other. At the end of the round, if a unit is within 3 inches of a marker while enemies aren't, then it is seized and remains seized even after leaving. Stunned units can't seize markers. And if units from both sides are contesting a marker, then it becomes neutral again. The game ends after 4 rounds, and the player that controls the most markers wins. Okay. Deployment. players roll off, and the winner picks one table edge as his deployment zone, with his opponent taking the opposite. Then the players alternate in placing one unit each within 12 of their table edge. 12 inches of the table edge, starting with the player that won the deployment roll-off. Okay, so what we will do then, we're just gonna roll for deployment. There's not much point in rolling anything else. So I've got 1d6, so I'll roll for the humans. 4. And for the undead, I rolled a 1. Okay, so the humans will deploy first. And I'm going to need some markers. I'm not ever going to use the markers though, so I'll use I'll use monstrous treasure. So just grab 3 of those and close this. Now, I think so they need to be outside of the deployment zones. I think that said. Outside the deployment zones and over 9 inches away from each other. Okay, so if I grab my measuring tape, 12 inches is this. Oh, tiles. Let me just change that. $12 inches. So halfway through the second floor tile there. I mean, it makes a little bit of sense to go here. Here. And one right in the center. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we were 1 on the undead and 4 for the humans. So we'll have the humans go on this side and the undead go on the other side. So place 1 unit at a time. So I'll grab... I can't grab multiple things outside of build mode. So I'll just grab these guys. This is a 4x4 board, right? Yeah, okay. Because I might, in that case, put... So 12 inches goes to that line. And I'm actually going to rearrange these so they're at the entrances to these features, but they're not on the features themselves. That makes me think that maybe I need a bigger board. Just make sure these are not too close. Yeah, they're fine. Okay, and we're going to grab 3 of these guys and put them out here. And then I'm going to put 3 riflemen up here. I'll put... Just move these into the center of the board here so that they're a little bit easy to access. But my next troop for the undead will go in here. Just make sure they are not... Yep, that's fine. Am I doing this right? Within 12 inches of the table edge. I feel like that number's a bit large. That's okay. Who am I to criticize? Now, let's put some more archers here. Let's measure that out. Okay, so I can bring them a little bit forward. And these spearmen are here. That road is down the center of the board, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe it's not. Oh, the road actually isn't in the center of the board. That's all right. Let's move that there to be more in the center, and have this a little bit closer to the house then. This can actually be on this side of the fence. So, I did have a look at the terrain rules when I was building the terrain. So this would be something that you can't shoot through, as would this, but you can move through it. Now, let's put another troop of soldiers here. So we are contesting, set up to openly contest the these gentlemen, skeletons, whatever they are. And we'll put the ghouls at the back here. Hang on, let's check. Special rules, AI rules. Here we go. Swordsman, rifleman, ghouls, just undead. Ghost Swarm have Strider, so they might be faster, maybe. I'm not sure what Strider does right now. I can check that, I guess. Strider. This model only needs to roll 2+ for a successful drop, leap, or jump. This model may affect the... Yeah, okay. Terrain effects. There you go. So there's no... They don't get it have any special movement rules. Last swordsman troop are going to start here. We've got one last undead unit before... One last undead unit before we deploy the captain, the vampire. Now, are these separate units, or is that one unit of 2 knights? It's this one. I think that's 2 separate units. So this knight will start here. Oh, That's right, I've got 2 models there. Vampire Lord can just start in the center there, which leaves me with another knight and the captain. Okay. Okay, so now that we've deployed, we need to just basically start playing. So I'm going to be playing the humans, and we're going to be using the AI rules on the left for the undead. So the first is playing the game. Basically, we go in rounds, players alternating in activating 1 unit each, starting with a player that won the deployment roll-off. So humans go first. Each round, the player that finished the activating first on the last round gets to start. So, first thing I can do, I can choose to hold, I can advance, I can rush, or I can charge. No unit can be outside of 2 inches of another unit, and all units have to be within 6 of all other members. Let's worry about that, because I'm not going to be able to hit anything at this point, so we're just going to be doing lots of rushing, I think. So, if I grab this guy, you're on the outermost edge, so you're rushing to here. And this guy is going to do the same thing. They should be close enough. And that is 1 unit done. So these guys are moving towards this objective in order to contest it. And with the undead, I think we're going to just go from left to right from the undead's perspective, which starts with this unit here. So, what do we do? AI rules. So I haven't really read any of this yet. Preparation, cool. Some rules that I've ignored. Well done, me. Here we go. Activation order. Before you start, divide the table into 2 different sections. Roll a die to see which section it will activate in. Oh, okay. So we can do that. 1, 2, 5. What does that mean? So in section 2. All right. So this is cover terrain. So they will always move into or behind cover terrain. Okay. So in that case, we've rolled here. We're going to start on this side. So we're just going to start with this lot. So they are... So decision tree types. It's a melee only thing. So are there any objectives not under the AI's control? Yes. So go to step 2. Are there any enemies in the way? No, rush towards objective. Well, actually, these guys would count as in the way because they are... Oh, they're not actually controlling it, but they are pretty close. But... So, going at a rush, they're only going to get here anyway. I'm actually going to be that guy that does this. Cool. Starting to see some action. So now, in that case, these riflemen are going to take the hold action. So they are just going to shoot. And they are just going to shoot at those skeletons. Area shooting, so the skeletons are in cover. So they're just coming out of the trees here. In fact, they probably can't see that skeleton, but they can see these two skeletons. And this fence is in the way, so that also counts as cover. Shooting cover. -1 to shooting. What's my quick start? Rifle 21, A1, AP1. So that's armor piercing 1, and attack 1. Quality 5, defense 5. So I've got -1 to all rolls. So I need to hit. I need a 6 to hit, I believe. Shooting sequence. Determine attacks. Roll to hit, roll to block, check wound effects. So I can only attack those two skeletons. So do I attack the unit or do I attack? I assume I attack the unit. Each ranged weapon has an attack value which represents its overall firepower. Sum the attack value from the weapons of all models that can shoot at the target to determine how many attacks. So I've got an archer, yeah, so I've got A1, rifleman with A1. So I've got 3 attacks. After having determined how many attacks the unit has in total, take as many quality tests as attacks. So I roll 3d6. And I have to roll, I get -1 to each attack because they're in cover. So they're all misses. That's easy. And that point we move on to the next turn. So I need to 1 and 2. So we'll say that this unit is in 2 because it's mostly in 2. So this is 1. So we're going to start with these guys. They are melee people, so they are also running straight for, if I remember, melee. Any objectives not under the AI's control? Yes. So rush towards the objective because there are no enemies in the way. I'm actually going to position them just past the objective because they can be holding the objective and in the way of any oncoming attacks. And there's no cover near enough the objective for them to hide in. So that then brings us to me as the humans. And I may as well just attack these skeletons with these riflemen again. So we're just going to stand still and shoot them. So they've got a range of 24, which, if I check, we will discover that they are in. And we're not going to count them as in cover because of this view. They're looking straight over the top of that fence. They're too close to it. So I get 3 attacks, and I'm hitting this time on 5s. I didn't get a single 5, so again, all misses. So that then brings us to our skeleton. So I need to roll this die. 1. So this is the only model that has not been activated in the 1 quadrant. So he is... So this is... Let's have a look. This is the Ghost Swarm. Swarm attacks. They're ethereal. They're a strider. They have tough 3, and they are undead. I think tough 3 means they've got 3 wounds. Ethereal, which counts as having regeneration against non-spell attacks. Undead. Whenever this unit takes a morale test, it is passed automatically. So we'll read that when we actually have a morale test to pass. But basically, they are a melee troop. Are there any objectives not under the AI's control? Yes. Are there any enemies in the way? No. So we're rushing towards the objective. And so when I say yes, I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about this one. So just going to get right up to and on top of that. How cool is that? So now both of our rifle squads have gone. I'm actually going to go with one of the knights. Now, I'm pretty sure that the knights are, yeah, they're separate units. So we're just going to go with this knight. Let's look at the knight character sheet. They have fast and they have impact 1. So fast means move 9 inches when using advance and 18 when using rush or charge. Impact 1 deals X automatic hits when charging successfully. Okay. So I think I want... I think they're out of charge. Okay. So they're not... It was 18, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't actually charge that... those enemies. So I'm just going to move him here and hope that I get to... What's your problem? Whoa. I didn't know that you could do that. There you go. So these are the only... They're all in the same quadrant. So just going to go with these guys. So the answer is to the first question, because they are melee, is yes, there is one objective marker that is not under the control of the undead. So we're rushing towards it. Cool. It's all happening over here. This is actually going to not go too well for, potentially for the undead, because yeah, that might not actually go as well as they were hoping. I say that as if it's not an AI that has hopes. It's not going to go as well as I was hoping. Let's put it that way. So human turn again. I'm going to move. I'm actually going to charge this guy. Seeing what's happening with these things, this guy's going to rush to here. Come on, turn around the right way. Turn around and make you a little bit higher. Standing on the horse. Rawr. Okay. So next is we'll do the I'm making a conscious decision here to let the Vampire Lord go last. But this is another melee troop, because I don't have any ranged troops. So they're just going to rush 12. Through here as well. Let's just check the ghoul cards to see if there's any... Yeah, they don't have anything really there. So just jump back to our next human turn. And we will move these guys. And we're not actually going to move them very far. I'm just going to move them the 6 inches that we get to move them. So they're now sitting on top of our objective marker. Now, last for the undead is the vampire. So the vampire is a little bit different. We've got Furious, Hero, Tough 3, Undead, and Wizard. So let's have a look. Furious gets +1 attack with a weapon of your choice when charging. Okay. So it was Furious, Hero. Is Hero explained here? Probably not. Oh no, here we go. Friendly units within 12 inches of the hero may use his quality for morale tests as long as he isn't stunned. Ah, that's nice. Tough 3. This model only rolls to see what happens from wounds once it has taken at least X wounds. And is only knocked out on a roll of 5 plus X or more. Okay, yep. I think that we'll get into that when we start taking wounds. Undead, so that's it passes morale tests automatically. And Wizard 1. Wizard X may cast 1 spell during its activation at any point before attacking. Pick a spell and target in a line of sight and roll 1d6 plus X. If the result is equal to or higher than the number in the brackets, you may resolve the effects. So d6 plus 1. So I rolled d6 plus 1. If the result is equal to or higher than the number in the brackets, you may resolve the effects. I'm sorry, does that mean if I roll anything above a 1? Spells may target a single unit or split their effects evenly among friendly... I don't understand what that means. Enemy wizards within 18 inches and line of sight of the caster may roll d6 plus X at the same time. If their result is higher, then the spell is blocked. Wizards may only either try to cast or try to block a spell each round. Okay, so I've got a bunch of spells on the sheet. See what the AI says about wizards. Okay, wizard. AI units always cast spells after moving, but before attacking. Selecting a random spell by rolling d3 plus X, where X is their level. If they have no valid target for that spell, they must try to cast the next spell on the list, cycling through the list until they have found a valid spell or they can't cast anything. AI units always target the nearest valid unit, following the guidelines for any special rules that may apply. So in the rule book, here we go. So Ghoul, we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different spells. Let's find special rules. Models with this special rule may cast one spell at any point during... Okay. To cast a spell, select one from the Wizard's Army list. Pick a target in line of sight and roll d6 plus x. If the result is equal to or higher than the number in brackets, then you must... That says that again. Oh, the number in brackets for the spell. So each spell has a different... Okay. That makes a whole lot more sense. So, according to the AI rules, I roll 1d3 plus x, so 1d3 plus 1. So that's 3. And so I run to 3. Invocation. Target friendly units within 12 that gets regeneration next time it's wounded. Okay. So it's also a melee unit. So, okay. Actually, we've got a new thing for the AI to do now. Melee units. Are there any objectives not under the AI's control? Oh, still not under the AI's control. Rush towards enemy if possible. Okay, so... we basically have to rush towards these guys. And we rush 12. So he's there. Now we rolled Invocation. So on a 5+, target a friendly unit within 12 inches and they get regeneration next time it's wounded. The AI says that to target, selecting a random spell, if they have no valid target, the AI units always target the nearest valid unit, following the guidelines for any special rules that may apply. So, basically we're targeting them with Invocation. 6. So that's a 7, so that works. So let me color the bases. I'm going to color them green to say that... I'm going to make that unique. Make not unique. It's not unique. Okay, so hopefully I will remember. These guys have regeneration. And that's it for the undead. So humans... these guys are going to rush. ...12 inches, so they can get... hang on. Am I doing this right? Yes. There we go. So that's a bit of fun. This is going to be a combat next turn. And the last unit that is to move is the captain. So they are fearless, tough, and a hero. So fearless gets +1 to morale tests. Melee only. So we're just going to... I'm actually going to hold. I'm going to choose to hold, and she can come in next turn. So, round 2. At the end of the round, the undead have 2 and humans have 1. So I'll actually color the base to say base color blue, base color red, base color orange, base color blue, I guess. And undead are clearly purple, right? Okay. Okay, so I believe that the rules said that each new round, the player that finished activating first on the last round gets to start. So, undead, go first. Okay, I'm supposed to roll die to determine which unit from the section will be activated. So, Section 1, Section 2, there's only one unit in Section 1 anyway, but that's alright. So Section 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. One. So this guy is going first. So he is melee. There is one unit. There's one objective that is not in its control. So he is going to rush and or charge. There are enemy in the way. That's crashed. As I was saying, we're playing with this guy. He has an enemy under the AI's control. Objective not under the AI's control. Yes, there is. There are enemies in the way, so we're charging the enemy if possible. Which is possible. I have a feeling. Let's check what ethereal means. So we've got a couple of things that are relevant at this point. First is that the Ghost Swarm is ethereal. So that's having regeneration against non-spell attacks. So let's see what regeneration is. On taking a wound, roll 1 die. On a +5, it is ignored. And so basically ethereal means... Yeah, ethereal means that I have regeneration for that. And the other thing was tough. Did it have anything else? Ethereal, tough, Strider. A model may ignore the effects of difficult terrain. This model only needs to roll a 2+ for successful drop, leap, or jump. So he's just gonna get into base contact with this knight, and we're doing charge combat. So let's jump in the rules. To charge, you must move charging models by up to 12 to get into base contact with an enemy model from the target or as close. Once all charging models have moved, all models from the target unit that are not in base contact with the charging model must move by up to 3 inches to get into base contact with a charging model, close as possible to an enemy model whilst maintaining unit coherency. All units that are within base contact or are within 2 inches of a model may attack it. Models may strike with all of their melee weapons and may only strike at models from the target unit. When striking in melee with multiple attacks, models may split their attacks as evenly as possible between all units within 3. The melee sequence. Determine attacks. Each melee weapon has an attack value. Swarm, attack 3, which represents its overall strength. Sum the attacks, so I've got 3 attacks. So rolling to hit. After having determined how many attacks the unit has, in total, take as many quality tests as attacks. So I need 3d6. 2, 2, and 6. Have a feeling. So quality 5, so it's only going to hit once. For every hit that the unit has taken, the defending player must roll 1 die, trying to score the target's defense value. So the knight has a defense of 3. Three plus, so 4. Which I think each success counts as a block for each failed roll. Place 1 wound marker on the model. So he's fine. At which point it is... Is it my go? Check wounds effect. Okay, stun models. Return strikes. Once all charging models that were able to attack have done so, the defending unit may choose to strike back as long as it was not stunned by the charging unit. This works the same way as it did for the charging unit, so the defending player must simply follow the melee sequence. After attacking in melee for the first time during a round, either by charging or by striking back, units only hit on an unmodified rolls of 6 in subsequent... Okay. So the knight is going to attack back once. Did he have a quality of +4? He did, so he hits. So the Ghost Swarm has a defensive +6. But it doesn't make it. But he has Ethereal, so regeneration on... So he regenerates the wound immediately. However, I'm going to say... He's got 3 of 3 hit points. Is that how I should do it? Maybe I should actually do it the other direction, go 0 of 0, and then we'll count up. Cool. So at this point, so these guys are going to get in combat and get hopefully overwhelmed pretty quickly. We're just going to shoot. We're going to move these guys here and then shoot with them, because you can do that with the 6-inch move thing, which was advanced, I think. So they're going to shoot at these guys. They don't have cover. So it's 3 attacks. Swordsmen have an attack of 1, quality of +5. So we get 1 hit. So this 1 skeleton defense roll is a 1. So they just lose a unit. So you only do the wound stuff after you've lost all the units in the... Lost all but 1 model is what I was reading before. So it's now the undead again. So 1, 2. So it's quadrant 2. Models that have units haven't gone are 1, 2, 3, and 4. On 5 and 6, I'll just re-roll. 2. So these guys. Are there any objective markers? Yes, there are. Are there any enemies in the way? Yes, there are. Charge the enemy if possible, if else rush towards objective. So we're charging these guys. Which is possible. Just going to get all up in here. So the ghouls have attack 2 poison claws with a quality of 5, and there's 3 of them, so we're actually looking at 6 attacks, quality of 5. So we've got 1, 2 hits. So we're looking at 2 defense from the knights. Oh, they both fail. Now, how does poison work? When rolling an unmodified 6 to hit that hit is multiplied by 3. Okay, hang on a second. What did... Okay, so I'm going to re-roll these. 4. So I actually have 4 hits. So we lose... They've got a defense. The swordsmen have a defense of 5. So there's only 1 success there. So they're going to lose 2 models off the bat. And then the last model takes a wound. So I need to roll to see if he is knocked out. So he's got 1... What's going on? Why has it suddenly done that? What have I... for each success, count as a block. For each roll failed, place 1 wound marker on the model. Okay, so... We now roll 1 die and add the number of wound markers to it. So this guy in here has 1 wound marker. So we're rolling 1 die. 3, so that's a 4. So on a 4, he is stunned. Stun models are placed on their on their side to show their state, and they must remain idle during their next activation, after which they stop being stunned. Stunned models automatically fail morale tests to see if they take any hits from shooting. And if they take any hits from shooting or are charged again, then they are knocked out immediately without needing to check wounds. Okay. Morale. When to test. As armies take casualties, their psychological well-being deteriorates and they will flee from the battlefield. There are 2 times when a unit must take a morale test. Whenever an army is down to half or less of its starting units at the end of a round, whenever a special rule or special rules require it. Okay. So he's knocked down, which I think I can apply as a status. Yep. However, I'm just going to stand him back up because I will activate him, at which point he stands back up and he's no longer stunned. At which point it is then the undead turn again. We've got 1, 2, and 3. And so we'll roll 1d3 to determine which one goes. Oh, I need to roll 1, 2. So this was always area 1, and then this is going to be the d3. 1. These guys go. So they are charging this guy again. Lucky him. So he's going to be dogpiled and surrounded here. Now, the sword skeletons have a 1 hand weapon, A1, with a quality of 5. So I need... I need 3... I'll just get 3 new ones. I wonder how do you clean up dice from the table? So they score 1 hit because they got a quality of 5. Yep. At which point he has to defend it. Now his defense is 5, so he fails that. So he takes another wound. And rolls to see what he does. 6, 7, 8. So he is out of it, I think. Knocked out. Knocked out models are removed from play as casualties. Done. Gone. Okay. So next team to activate are going to be these 3. And they are going to shoot the skeleton. Oh, they're going to shoot the ghouls, because the ghouls are a hell of a lot more dangerous. So they've all got 1 attack each. Get 1 hit. And so the ghouls roll defense, which they fail. So we'll just take a ghoul off the board. Easy. Now, undead. 2. So we're finally activating these guys. And they... Does this count as in control? I'm going to count that as in control. And we're going to take a different path down the thing and say that there are no enemies, but they're under the AI's control. And we're going to say that there are enemies in charge range. So we're charging these enemies. The difference really is whether or not they head in this direction towards this objective, or if they come at these guys. And we're just going to say that they do, in fact, come at these guys. And roll their 2 attacks. Now, did they have a quality of 5? Is that what I remember? They do have a quality of 5, so they both miss. So these guys are all going to attack back. And they get 1 hit. And so the defense, the skeleton swords have a defense of 5. They rolled a 5, so nothing happens. So it is now my go. I haven't activated these guys, so I'm just going to activate them. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. I'm actually going to have these guys turn around and jump in on these ghouls. And they're going to attack the ghouls. So hitting on 5s, so they make 1 hit. No, I want to roll this one. That's a 1, so another ghoul comes off the table. I can't remember if there was a remove. I'm not checking because I don't care. So the undead go again. They've only got 2 units left to go. So I just need a single d6 to determine 1 for the vampire or 2 for the guys. So that's going to be the spearman. This is contested. So they are going to try and charge. Yep. They can do that. Charge this unit. Now they're a little bit different. They've got spears. So spears have A1 and flanks. Enemies charging this unit do not count as having charge for the purpose of the special rules, and they must take a dangerous terrain test before attacking. Oh, that's interesting. They're not the ones that are being charged. So it's just the same as the sword skeletons in the end. Quality 5, defense 5. So it's special moves that have to do with charging. So if my knight was to charge them, he wouldn't get the extra attack, the extra hit. Nope, that's 4 dice. That's 2 dice. This is 3 dice. So they will attack and get 1 hit. Let's pull out another die. So that hit will be defended on a 5. It does not get defended. And so one of the units comes off the table. There are now 2 units to attack back. They both land hits. One of the things fail. And so it's 2v2 on the table there. Cool. So next to attack. Oh, they rolled sixes. Good, because they'd already attacked. Next to attack. Did I activate you? I don't think I did activate you yet. I have activated this. I haven't activated this. And I haven't activated this. I'm going to get in here with the Knight Captain and kill this fucking ghoul. So, the Captain has 3 attacks. That's 1d6. Here we go, 3d6. And misses with all of them. That is unfortunate. So the ghoul will attack back with 1d6. Can only hit on a 6 because it's responding after. Yep. So that was fun. So the Vampire Lord is the only one to not attack. So it's going to just move to the closest unit. This is contested, so he's going to get in there as well. So he's easily going to be able to get into this combat here to attack this guy. But first, he's going to cast a spell. So we're rolling 1d3 plus 1. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deadly Gaze, plus 5. Target enemy within 12 inches takes 1 hit with AP 4, Deadly 3. I'm not sure how AP works, and I'm not sure how Deadly works, but that's alright. One of these was just 1 die. Nope. Should probably keep those there. This is just 1 die. So I needed to roll a 5. Rolled a 6. Okay. So this gets off. Let's work out how AP works. APX. Target gets -X to defense rolls when blocking hits. Okay. So they do get a defense roll, and it has to be a 6, because 6 is always a hit. So that takes a unit off the board. And what's Deadly 3 do? Deadly 3, assign each wound to 1 model and multiply it by X. Note that these wounds don't carry over to other models. So that means that that would have basically put this unit on lots of things. So he gets to then, he's still within range, but I think that he can scooch in and get his attacks. AP 4. I'm not going to be needing that again. Is this the 4? Yes, it is. So there's a 4 there. He's got a quality of 3. Oh, so that's 3 hits, I think. 3, 3, 4. So that's 3 hits. So he takes 1 wound. And rolls defense, not defense, but the thing. So that's a 6, which I think makes him knocked out. Well, that's not looking great for the captain there. So, now this guy hasn't gone. He's still in combat here. I don't know if he can just move out of combat. Maybe he has gone. I'm not even sure. I think he's just AP. He's attack 1. He misses. So this guy gets another attack. He also misses because, oh, he gets 3 attacks. 1, 2. He only hits on a 6. That's a hit. So the knight will defend with a 4. I think he had a defense of like 3. Yeah, he did. So the only other guy to go is this knight, who is going to turn around. And we're going to say that. Yeah, it's going to. That's a charge. So he gets to move 18, and then there's. So he'd stop a little bit early, but he gets to move up an extra 3 inches to make sure he's into there. What's going on? Why can't I? So he has that. What is it? Knight impact 1, so he just gets an extra hit in the charge, and is going to get 1 attack. So he gets 2 attacks against our skeletons. Quality 4, so only 1 hits. Defense on 5, that's a 4, so one of the skeletons goes down. They will get to attack back. But they only hit on 6s because they've already been activated. And they are out. And that is the end of round 2. So this is now in contention. So let me just take the base color off. And otherwise, the undead have control of the most objective markers. The humans, it isn't going well for the humans, but let's continue and see what happens in round 3. So the undead go first again. And I guess we've still got our quadrant rules. So it was a nope. There's a single die. 5. So that goes into this quadrant. And we've got 1, 2, 3. I did click on that. 1, 2, 3, 4 units in this quadrant. And I'll just re-roll on a 5 or a 6. 1. So our skeletons. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have worked still. Would have worked still, except that we have crashed. And we're back after the bloody crash. So, skeletons get the first go. Now, melee. I mean, we're already in melee, so we're just attacking. Flying indirect. Flying all units with are always activated after all other friendly okay. Should have read that. All AI units are always moved through difficult terrain. Scout. Sniper. Okay. So when area striking, so that is what the AI will do because the AI is trying to hit everything. When striking in melee with multiple attacks, models may split their attack as evenly as possible between all enemy units within 3 inches of a single model, with the defending player picking which models are targeted. So, me being the defending player happens either way. We've got 1 attack against the captain and then 1 attack against the knight. So I will roll them separately. So against the captain, 2 misses. Against the knight, hits. The knight defends because the knight has a defense of 3+. Okay, so we've got a lot of threats happening here. I think that the best thing to do is going to be to just get this stuff out of the way over here. So we've got 3 attacks against these skeletons. Hitting on a 5, so only 1 hits. So they defend 1, which they fail. So it's off the board. It gets to attack back. It's got a quality of 5 as well, so it hits. So defending 1, but they've got a defensive 1, so that rolls off, and they are fine. So next is our undead again. So first we need to roll which area. So we're over in this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll re-roll 5 and 6. 5 I'm re-rolling. 4, so this guy goes first. So he is attacking this guy, and he has 3 attacks. I can't remember what his quality was, though. Quality of 5, so they all miss. And he's going to attack back with his single quality 5 attack, I think. Quality 4 attack, so he hits. And they defend with a defense of 6. But it's just a normal sword. So regen, I think, was +5. Regeneration is on a 5, it is ignored, so you have taken 1 wound. But I don't think, because he's got tough 3. Tough. Now the way tough works, the model only rolls to see what happens from wounds once it has taken at least X wounds. And is only knocked out on rolls of 5 plus X or more. So it needs to take 3 wounds before I do any kind of knockout rolls. So next turn, we're here, so we may as well just get this over and done with. And this guy is going to attack him again, hitting on a 6. Nope. So he's going to attack back. Hitting on a 6. He hits once. But we roll a 6 in defense. So that's just in a stalemate. So we are with the skeletons again. So which area are we going? We're looking at this area. We've got 1, 2, 3. These guys always go last. I have just read in the rules. I should have done that before. So we've got 1 and 2 to work out who goes first. 2 is the vampire. So he's going to scoot in here a little bit and attack the captain. Now he had an attack of 4, AP 3. So he misses all of his attacks because his quality is 3 plus. So she is going to try and hit him back. She has 3 attacks and her quality is 3 as well. So that's 3 hits, which he has to defend. And he only has a defense of 3, so he takes 2 wounds. I don't think he has regeneration or anything like that. Oh, before he moves, he was supposed to cast a spell. So we better get that out of the way, because he is a wizard. Or after he moves. No, this one. So AP 3 plus, so that's 1, 2. So it's 1d3 plus 1, so that becomes a 2. To see about casting Spectral Wind. Target enemy unit within 12 inches takes 2 automatic hits with AP2. So rolling a 4 to get that off. Doesn't get it off. So he takes 2 wounds. He has tough 3, so he doesn't. So that's as that is. So brilliant. That's his turn, and so it's now her turn. So she's just going to attack him back. So only hitting on 6s now. So we all miss. He gets to attack back and only hits on 6s. Gets 1 hit, which she does not defend. Now she also has tough 3. So we are back with the undead. So this guy, it's his turn. He gets to roll 1 attack. Misses because he needs to hit on a 6. These guys get to attack. They also only hit on 6s, so they miss. And now it is the human turn. Oh. He went. What am I doing? Well, nothing happened there, so we'll just do this again. And the ghoul is the only one that's allowed to go, so he's going to attack her, and he's got 2 attacks. So I'll just grab 2 dice. Both of his attacks miss. She is going to attack back. Hitting on 6s only. Gets a hit. I've no idea which die is a single die. Which he fails, so he takes 1 wound. And on a 6, he's unconscious. No, he's knocked down. Cool. So that's unfortunate for him. But everyone has gone. You've gone. You've gone. You've gone. You've gone. Okay, the only people that haven't gone at this point are the archers or the riflemen. No. No, I'll just grab 3 new dice. So they are all going to shoot. They're going to shoot the Vampire Lord, because he's the most dangerous. Now they hit on 5s, and so they all miss. Pikeys are the only ones left to go, so they're going to come in around the captain and attack with 2 6s. So she's going to have to defend both of those. She only defends 1, so she takes another wound, but she has tough 3. Oh my. And she's got a bit to hold down there. So these guys are going to move and shoot. Just trying to work out how to move them, because they basically moving. Okay. They are going to move 6 inches this way. And they're going to shoot at this guy. No. Is that 4 dice? That's also 4 dice. Where am I? I've got. Right. So rolling 3 dice to shoot that guy. So they get 1 hit, which he fails to defend, but he has regeneration. Takes another wound. He's got toughness 3 though, so he's still on the board. Is that everyone? I do believe that that is everyone. So, time for turn 4, the last turn. So the undead go first again, making it relatively easy. We're going to have to go straight for... I don't know which dice is which. So we're on this side of the board. We have 1, 2, 3 valid units to move first. 3, so the ghoul. The ghoul stands up. The ghoul would have failed his morale test, but they're undead, so they never fail morale tests. I think the ghoul stands up. Is no longer knocked down. So next is humans. So we're going to try shooting the vampire again. That's 4 dice. What's this? That's a 1 die. Here we go. This is 3 dice. So we're shooting at the vampire lord, and we get 1 hit. So he has to defend that, which he doesn't, because he had a defensive 3. So he's got 3 wounds, which makes him eligible for a check wound effect, for wound effects, because he's tough 3 means that he's I think tough 3 means that he model only rolls to see what happens from wounds once it has taken at least X wounds, so at least 3 wounds, and is only knocked out a roll of 5 plus 3, so 8. So basically on a 5 up on the die, yeah. So he's knocked down. So okay. He is knocked down, and it is the undead turn. So we're on this side of the board still. So we've got 1, 2 different units that can act. So we've got 1 unit that is choosing to... No. That's 3. What have we got? 4 dice. So he's attacking this guy with... Oh, he's only got 3 attacks. Who had 4 attacks? It was the... What's it called? Oh, is that... Ghost Swarm has a quality of 5, so that's 2 hits. that the knight has to defend. He defends one of them. Is that it? For the knight? The knight is gone. No, the knight has a wound. Sorry. So he's going to roll to see what the effect is. 5, 6. Knocked out. He's gone. Oh dear. So human turn now. We are going to attack with the captain, and we're going to area attack. So let's see what the AI says about area attacks. Stunned AI units are only activated after all non-stunned units in the game have been activated. Oh, okay, so I shouldn't have activated that stunned unit. Okay. Alright, well, I'm just going to determine that my 3 attacks get 1, 2, and 3. And don't get the vampire. Because that's how I would do it. So attacking this... so I guess it's 2 against that unit. So attacking the skeleton first. I think she's got a quality of 3, which she does, so hits. He's got a fence of... He makes that. And then I need 2 dice to roll. So 1 hit, which he doesn't defend, so we just lose that. Oh! I forgot at the time, but actually they've got regen for 1 attack, so roll that, but he fails. That's fine. So that's 1 more unit off the board. So it's next to the AI again. So area 6. So we're over here again. You've gone. You can't go. You haven't gone. You're the only one that can go. No, they. I can't even remember. I'm just going to let them go again. It'll be fine. So against the captain... they all get attacks back. So let's do that. So that can be this guy's attack back, and he misses. This guy misses, and that's that. And so now we'll go for the skeleton's potentially second go, because I've forgotten. He misses the captain and then misses the knight. The captain is going to attack back 3 times, because I think that's how that works. I wonder if I'm doing that wrong. How many? What's that? That's 3 dice. So that's 2 hits that he's got to defend. Defends one of them, but not the other. And this guy is attacking the knight. Misses, but the knight will attack back and hit. So he will defend. And he successfully defends. The knight is then going to have his go and get a miss. But it gives the skeleton another attack. But the skeleton also misses. Okay. So this guy's then now going to go by himself. Missing. This guy's going to scooch in and attack back. And they've only got a quality of 1, so there's only 1 hit, which he has to defend, which he doesn't with a 4 because he has a defense of 4. The skeleton has a defense of 4. So he takes a wound and has to roll wound effects. 6 plus 1. He's out. Okay, so that is going to make it the human turn again. So these guys are going to rush up to this bit here. I can't even remember. I have a feeling that I can't tell the turns apart. I can't tell the rounds apart, and I can't remember if they've gone or not. I don't think they've gone. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I might have scuffed this game. So you've gone. You've gone, you've gone, you haven't gone, and you haven't gone. All you're going to get to do is stand up, so it's your turn now. So you're going to attack the knight and miss because you need to hit a 6. And she's going to attack you back. She needs 6s, which she doesn't get. You're going to stand up. And then the only unit on the board that has not gone yet are these guys. And the win condition is being close to here. So they're actually going to take this objective. And that, I believe, is the game. Though I'm not sure if I might have moved these guys. So we're either drawing or the humans are winning. But it doesn't feel like the humans are winning because if we went another turn, I feel like the undead would really pick that up. This guy would turn back around and attack these guys. And while these guys could come off to defend it, yeah, that's a good, fun little game. Quite interesting. Let's just have a look at the rule book to see. I don't think I rolled any morale tests, but I don't think I needed to at any point. Because what's the rule actually? Undead. Whenever this unit takes a morale test, it is passed automatically. Then roll as many dice as remaining models' toughness in the unit. For each result, each result of 1 to 2, the unit takes 1 wound, which can't be regenerated. Oh, okay. So I actually should have looked at that. That might have made it a bit easier for the humans. That might have maybe balanced it a little bit more. And that the knight at the end may not have ended up surrounded by so many bloody units. This guy might have died. This guy, so they might have all not lasted as much as they did. But I can't see. I think that terrain special rules. Yeah, that's it. The one page doesn't have anything else. It just says that the game is played in rounds. Next, mission. At the end of each round, if a unit is within 3, while the enemies aren't, then it is seized and remains seized even after the game ends after 4 rounds, and the player that controls the most markers wins. So it's either a draw or the humans win. I win because it was an AI that was playing. Awesome. Yeah, that was good fun. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.